water scarcity, and ecosystem stress. In dry regions like the Southwest US, the biggest issue may actually be water withdrawal, not just discharge. Large companies like Microsoft, Google, and Meta platforms have faced scrutiny for using significant amounts of fresh water, competing with local communities, farmers, and wildlife. Lowering groundwater levels, reduced water availability can shrink wetlands, stress wildlife, reduce habitat for birds, fish, and pollinators, increase wildfire risks in some ecosystems. Indirect effects on biodiversity. When water systems change, the ripple effects can include fewer insects and pollinators, change in plant communities, habitat loss, increase invasive species. These changes can impact agriculture and rural livelihoods. Positive trends and mitigation. Some data centers are improving sustainability by using recycled or reclaimed wastewater. Well, before I go on, I need to say something. I posted something earlier about reclaimed water at the park, and it was blue. I really don't think that we should be reusing wastewater in our agriculture, our farms, our ranches. I don't want blue meat. I don't want a weird colored food and weird colored things. Using recycled or reclaimed water, designing closed-loop cooling systems, reducing freshwater use, investing in water restoration projects. For example, companies such as Amazon Web Services have announced water-positive goals in some regions. Bottom line, wastewater from data centers can harm ecosystems if poorly managed, especially through heat pollution, chemical contamination, and water scarcity. But strong treatment regulation and water reuse systems can greatly reduce these risks. How will the wastewater from the data centers affect ranchers and farmers? Well, I did research on that too. Wastewater from data centers can affect ranchers and farmers in two main ways: water availability and water quality. The impact depends heavily on how the facility manages cooling, treatment, and discharge. Competition for water, biggest concern in dry regions. In places with limited water, like parts of the Southwest, large data centers operated by companies such as Microsoft, Google, and Amazon Web Services can use millions of gallons of water per day for cooling. How does this affect agriculture? It lowers the groundwater table, reduces irrigation supply. This is for our vital food supply, people. Higher water costs, stricter water allocations. For ranchers, this can mean less reliable stock water, drying ponds or wells, increased costs to drill deeper wells. Those of you who've watched all of my videos, including back on OST, Hiking and Outdoors, you will see that I'm around ponds all the time for duck season, quail season, dove season. You will see. For farmers, irrigation cuts back, lower crop yields, increased pumping expenses in drought-prone regions. Even moderate industrial withdrawals can strain shared aquifers. If treated wastewater is reused for irrigation, some data centers discharge treated water that may be reused locally. That can be helpful, but only if properly treated and monitored. Potential risks: elevated salts on damaged soil structure, chemical residues, cooling system additives, trace metals, change in soil pH. Over time, this could reduce soil fertility, stress crops, affect forage quality for livestock. Salinity is especially concerning because it builds up gradually and can permanently reduce productivity. If discharge water enters rivers or canals used for irrigation, higher temperatures can affect fish populations. Reduced dissolved oxygen harms aquatic ecosystems. Altered stream health can impact downstream water users. For ranchers who depend on surface water for livestock, water quality changes can matter. Livestock health concerns. If improperly treated water reaches stock tanks or wells, chemical residues could pose health risks. Higher mineral content can affect animal digestion. Algae growth from nutrient imbalance can create toxins. Most regulated facilities must meet discharge standards under the Environmental Protection Agency guidelines, but local oversight and transparency vary. Economic pressure. Even if wastewater itself is treated safely, large industrial water users can raise regional water demand, increase infrastructure strain, drive up municipal water pricing that can indirectly increase costs for agricultural producers already operating at a tight margin.